Good morning, world. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's been a while since I did one of these vlogs, so I figured I'd throw on the camera and say hi. It's been about 6 weeks since I've committed to becoming a pro, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, man. It's not been easy. I think so. I started off practicing, and the first thing I noticed was I would get angry. I would get angry every time I died, and I wouldn't want to even play Fortnite anymore. And so I created that video on anger, and that really helped me push through the anger barrier. I haven't gotten angry at Fortnite since then. Um, and then I was playing and playing and playing, but I felt like when I'm playing, I'm not learning well enough. So I created the mastery video, and that really helped me put into perspective how it is that we learn things. And it's really interesting. Basically, all it comes down to is our long-term memory structures. How do we remember things? How do experts remember things differently than normal people? And the fact is, we always hear things like, you know, practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice. Why is practicing perfect? Why do we need to put in hours to be good at something? Well, it's because when you practice something, you're building the conceptual chunks, which allows you to access those nodes in your long-term memory structures a lot faster, which then allows you to react more easily and transfer those principles across different contexts. That's why we need to practice. And once you put in that perspective, things make a lot more sense to me, at least. So where I am so far is I still got a lot to learn. That's what I've learned so far, is that there's just still way too much to learn. One thing that's been the most difficult so far is energy management. Not even time management, it's energy management. Um, for me, I got so much stuff going on right now in my life. Like, I'm trying to focus on YouTube and Twitch and make good content and make it educational and interesting and based in research, which requires time to research this stuff. But at the same time, I'm working a full time job, which is incredibly draining because this job sucks. I hate this job. So while I'm doing that, I'm also looking for a new job. And that's really draining too. And then on top of that, I got all this social life that I got to manage as well, which has been draining as well. And there are times where I just got so many different things going on in my head, like I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, that I almost get paralyzed. I almost I just start doing nothing. I start trying to hide away from the world, like go on Netflix or YouTube and just say fuck it. I'm out. I'll deal with it tomorrow. So I think I know the topic for my next mindset mastery episode. it's gonna be it's gonna be about energy management. How do we manage energy? How do we make it so we never burn out? From a professional Fortnite perspective, it's been going okay. I've definitely tried playing some pubs, and pubs have been really tough to do well in. And another thing I noticed is I'm way worse at playing on stream than I am just alone, and that's to be expected. But it kind of makes me feel like crap when I stream and play the game because I just die and I die and I die. Um, and it really sucks. But I feel like if I could get good playing on stream, then I'm just that much better. I wanted to show you something. So the other day I was watching some pro gameplay, and per my last video, everything that we learn, we need to break it down to component skills first, right? When you see a pro gameplay, it's one thing to be like, I'm just gonna copy this guy's gameplay. I'm gonna just play like him, but you can't do that. You just can't do that unless you break it down into the very smallest pieces and then work on putting those pieces back together to create gameplay that's that good. And so I thought, okay, if I had to train a bot, like literally a bot, an algorithm, if I had to teach an algorithm how to play Fortnite, what are all the things that I'd have to teach it? And I was watching this guy's gameplay. I was listing off the things that I'd have to teach this algorithm. So starting at the top, spawning and finding a good weapon, right? That's that's step number one. Being able to aim and track an opponent in close range. That's something I have to teach the bot. Getting mats. Some skill as simple as that. Just getting mats. That's something I'd have to teach a bot. Being able to box break, that's a very common skill that across Fortnite community on YouTube, there's tons of videos on how to break into boxes. Being able to edit down, like how do you know when you're supposed to edit down onto opponent? How do you know when you're supposed to go for high ground? Those are decisions they have to make. And so what triggers that? And how do you do it? Then there's looting, right? It's a very, very simple skill, but what are the good loadouts? How do you use the different guns? How do guns work together, right? Looting. Trapping opponent who's higher than you, right? By putting pyramid on top of them and putting walls around them. How do you get effective at that? That's something I'd have to teach the bot. And so this list goes on and on. And what I found is, if you look across tips and tricks, YouTube for Fortnite, there's tons of stuff out there. But so much of it focuses on just building, like breaking into boxes, taking high grounds. No one talks about the smaller skills that are necessary. Just the simple, like being able to aim at a guy who's really close up to you. Being able to use grenades to bounce him off the ground and walls. No one talks about that stuff. But when you break everything down to component skills, then suddenly you have a way better idea of all the things that you actually need to learn. Obviously, the biggest parts of the game are being able to break into boxes, being able to take high ground. Like, those are the biggest parts for sure. But if you really want to get good, especially at pub stomping, solo squads, anything like that, you need to know the other skills here. And those are things you can learn just by playing the game, but you can learn them even faster if you recognize that they're skills that could be learned through creative, through purposeful, intentional practice. Another thing is, on Twitch, while streaming, I think I want to focus more on doing creative 1v1s. A, because I could play with viewers, and I think people like when I play with them. But B, I think it allows me to play against a better opponent constantly, more consistently, and practice all those skills. Practice the 90s, practicing the edits, practicing the close range shooting, the box breaks, the high ground retakes, practicing all that stuff, the main stuff. That's the stuff that I'd really like to focus on a lot more. And so I think moving forward for the streams, I'll try to do more creative 1v1s if you guys are down. All right. Other than that, things have been going really well for the pro gaming stuff. It's been a struggle. It's been a grind, and we're nowhere near what we gotta be, but we're getting there. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Boom.